my how the tables have turned. Is Railcast now departing.
Yep. Welcome
Proceed.
to the Easy Railcast, the extension of the Drew Thomas channel. I'm Mike Glover, and this is Drew Thomas. Yeah, you all know that. Today we're actually going to continue. We're actually going to continue. We're going to continue going through my Blu-ray and DVD collection. If you guys didn't see the first part, that other one we did a week ago was supposed to be called Part 1. Forgot to title that in the thumbnail I made, but okay. So yeah, this is Part 2. So I'm going to be going through the rest. I already went through this part of the collection, and I went through the first 2 rows. Went through the first 2 bottom rows of my collection on this side. Right now, I'm going to go through the rest of my Blu-ray and DVD collection on this side.
So, also, before we continue, yes? I have something. So, from now on, it's going to be me, Petunia, and also now Cuddles. So, this is going to be 3 hosts. So,
I saw your video on that, and good, congrats. Okay, now we shall get started. All right,
let's do it.
Here we go. By the way, I did recently resorted all my Blu-ray and DVD collection into so that they can be in alphabetical order. So yeah, all of these are in alphabetical order, and I've done my best to go like A, B, C, like that all the way down to Z. So let's see. Ready? First one up there is Allegiant. I am not a huge fan of the Divergent movies, but looks like but I have not seen Allegiant, I guess. So yeah. Babe. Beetlejuice. This one is one of my favorite Michael Keaton performances, but my number one favorite.
That's a good one.
Yeah. They're making a sequel to this. They're making a sequel to this with I think Michael Keaton will be playing as well in the sequel. So yeah, he's also going to be playing Batman again in the upcoming Flash movie. So yeah. Ben Stiller collection. It's got Tropic Thunder, Zoolander, and The Heartbreak Kid right there. And yeah, I thought Tropic Thunder and Zoolander were pretty funny, but The Heartbreak Kid, didn't think it was good. Didn't really think it was good. Yeah, it's a rom-com, but I'm not a huge fan of rom-coms. So yeah. And then we got
romantic comedy.
Factory. This one is a remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which is right over there. So yeah.
Yeah, we happen to have that.
And they're making a Wonka prequel starring Timothy Chalamet. And still no trailer yet, but I think it was supposed to come out early this year, but it got delayed to December 2023. So yeah. Clash of the Titans, Dark Shadows, another movie starring Johnny Depp and directed by Tim Burton. And I think I've seen this one a couple of years ago. And yeah, I thought it was fine. And yeah. Where did you go, Drew?
Sorry about that. I'm just, looking for more DVDs.
Looking for more DVDs? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Next I got like 2 Final Destination collections. This one's the 4 film favorites. I have another 4
film. That's one of your favorite movies.
What? This one.
I know that's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 4 film favorites. I have another 4 film favorites copy, which is right there. I already showed you the Superman one, didn't I? Yeah, I think I already showed you the Superman ones. And then I got the 5 film collection. 5's better than 4. So yeah, 5 movies in the franchise. They're making the 6th ones in the works, and yeah, the Stallone Rambo 5 film collection right here. This one's got Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I love the Rambo franchise. I also saw the Rocky franchise when it was on HBO Max. Yeah, this one's got it's got First Blood, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, Rambo 4, Rambo 4, and then Rambo Last Blood. Yeah. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. These I got these two films. I watched both of these. I don't have Afterlife yet. I'll have to pick that up.
Afterlife's a good one.
Yeah. And it's directed by. It's both these star Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd, Rick Moranis, and Sigourney Weaver. And
Rick Moranis is a legend.
Yep. And produced and directed by. They're both produced and directed by Ivan Reitman. He recently passed away a month ago or two. Yeah. John Wick, chapters 1, 2, and 3. These were the only ways I can find all 3 John Wick movies. These were just available on DVD, not available on Blu-ray. It stars Keanu Reeves, and they're making a 4th one. Yeah, it's going to come out next year. So yeah. Journey to the Center of the Earth, Jupiter Ascending, Lethal Weapon. Yes, I would count this as an action-packed Christmas movie. Takes place around Christmas time. So, yeah. But you can still watch it anytime.
Die Hard.
Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, the Scooby-Doo movies.
Oh, that's
Scooby-Doo live-action movies. I got 1 and 2. And the first one's a guilty pleasure. The second one is just whatever. They were both written by James Gunn, and James Gunn's a new legendary writer and director because of Guardians of the Galaxy, which I have up there. We'll get into that eventually. Scooby-Doo, 13 Spooky Tales Around the World, Scooby-Doo and the Pirates, the Scream trilogy. I don't have all 5 movies. This is just for the first 3 movies. I'll probably get the 4th one sometime, and then I'll get the new one that came out this year sometime. Yeah. Spider-Man 2 and 3 with Tobey Maguire, and I think I already showed you the Superman one last week. Yeah. The Accountant, The Amazing Panda Adventure, The Boss Baby. Yep, can't believe that is in my collection. The Boss Baby.
That's Alec Baldwin in it.
Yeah. The Last Samurai. You guys haven't seen The Last Samurai? Go watch this, please. Even if you are a huge Tom Cruise fan, because I love Tom Cruise, check it out. It's very awesome. The Lord of the Rings 2, The Two Towers, Matrix Reloaded, The Neverending Story. This Neverending Story copy doesn't have a disc in there, but this double feature, along with the second one, does. The first one used to be one of my favorites growing up, and I've seen the second one. The second one is just not good. I don't really like the second one. And yeah. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and I got the Tom and Jerry. Actually, I'm just gonna pull 3 of these out. And I got the Tom and Jerry Spoop Spotlight Collection. These ones are really. If I can pull this out, this one is so amazing. I got this for my 10th birthday, almost like 10 years ago. I got this, and it's a very funny. They're both really funny cartoon duos, and yeah. Then I got Whiskers Away for my birthday, and I also got the volume Tom and Jerry Volume Tales Volume 1 for my birthday as well. So I got like every. I remember Nostalgia Critic doing a episode on the movie. I wonder if he did.
Yeah, the movie, in my opinion, is a guilty pleasure. I love the movie. Yeah. It's childhood.
I wonder. Didn't the Nostalgia Critic did one on the new one?
Yeah, he did one on the new one, and he's also done one out of Thomas and the Magic Railroad.
Yep. Tower Heist.
Tower Heist.
This one's a pretty. Look at that cast. Ben Stiller, Eddie Murphy, Cassie Affleck, Matthew Broderick.
That's an all-star cast.
Michael Penny, yeah. It's a movie about it's a heist film, as you can tell by the title. They rob they steal a old guy's red car from the tower, and yeah, it's also a comedy. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like I said, is a very great instant classic, and like I said, they are making a prequel. I think it's gonna be a prequel to this kind of Wonka. So yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to find out.
And we got Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp. They made a movie. They made a movie.
White. Yeah, I actually referenced White. Continue.
Yep, and then we got Wyatt Earp. This is a movie where Kevin Costner. Oh, look, is that Kevin? Yeah, that's Kevin Costner. He plays.
Actually referenced Wyatt Earp in my Western featuring Cuddles.
Oh, cool. I'll have to. Was it in Doing Cuddles Philadelphia City Adventure you referenced?
Yeah, and of course that's where you appeared, obviously.
Oh, okay. We got Wyatt Earp. Kevin Costner plays the real person, Wyatt Earp, and yeah, it's like a Western biopic. It's a Western biopic. And we got Yes Man. That finishes out the row. Yes Man is a Jim Carrey film, and
he's a good one.
It's not one of his best outings. His best outings were like pretty much all the '90s movies back in the day. Ace Ventura is one of my favorite performances of his. Now we're up to this. Now we're up to this row. I got An American Tail. An American Tail 5 Goes West. These are just like reissued DVDs or reprint DVDs. And I thought the first one was very awesome. The second one I thought it was fine. And they did make 2 more sequels that are not well regarded. And yeah.
Yeah, and there's also the series that they did.
Cars 1 and 3. I have the second one in the back of the Blu-rays, but I'm not gonna probably pull out the back ones. Maybe next time though. And I got Cars 1 and 3. I don't have the second one, but I think I have the second one on Blu-ray in the back top. So yeah.
I've seen the second one.
Commando. If you haven't seen Commando, even if from people in the chat, go watch Commando. If you are a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and if you have seen The Terminator, you'll probably love this. It's a movie about Arnold Schwarzenegger, his character, John Matrix. He gets his kid taken by the by John Matrix's own army, and he has to commit a political assassin to get his kid back. I got the 3-film pack. It's got all the Laika films, all 3 films by Laika. It's got Coraline, Paranorman, and the Box Trolls. And Coraline's one of my favorites from this company. And yeah.
Yeah. Right now I'm shuffling some DVDs out so I can, be ready for when I come on.
Okay. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Dr. Dolittle 1 and 2, Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story. This is the unrated version. I did have the PG-13 version somewhere, but I think I don't know where it is now. But the unrated version has some scenes that were cut because I think Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story was a comedy notoriously cut by the MPAA. So the PG-13 version doesn't have a lot of like unrated jokes, but this is the unrated version, so you'll get some scenes in there that didn't make it into the original cut. The Ernest triple feature collection. I got this for my birthday almost 10 years ago. It's got Ernest Goes to Camp and Jail, and then Ernest Scared Stupid. The late great Jim Varney plays Ernest in how many Ernest movies are there? Like 12 or 13?
That's all the non-pirated or non-burned.
Footloose. Footloose was filmed close to where I live, Utah, Lehigh, Utah. And it stars Kevin Bacon and John Lithgow. Takes place in Lehigh, Utah.
Oh yeah, Lord.
Happy Gilmore, Hidalgo. This is a preview I've seen on some Disney DVDs. Hidalgo. It's based on a true story, and it's got Viggo Mortensen. Oh yeah, it's THX certified. Look at that.
Uh-oh. And speaking of which, he's here. THX.
Yep. You got Hidalgo. You missed one, Tex. You got Hidalgo. It's based on a true story.
Yeah, Total Story through
If you guys haven't seen Hidalgo, did Jerry Bruckheimer produce it? No, he didn't produce it. Okay, Hidalgo is a movie about his horse Frank Hawkins and his horse Hidalgo go on the longest race ever, the 3,000-mile race, and they come across a couple of obstacles. And yeah, check it out if you haven't already. I think it's on Disney Plus. I think. Yeah.
Probably. I mean, if it's a Disney DVD or if it's Touchstone, Miramax, whatever.
It's Touchstone. It's Touchstone. So maybe technically
it's on the Plus.
Touchstone was a company owned by Disney, but I think that company's defunct right now. Hot Rod, one of the funniest movies I used to watch all the time, and I used to watch this all the time on Netflix for the Wii. Yeah, back in the early last decade, I had Netflix for the Wii, and now it's no longer, yeah, a thing. Hotel Transylvania, 4-movie laugh pack. It's got Liar Liar and Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey, and then it's got Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison with Adam Sandler. Those two launched a company called Happy Madison with a bunch of movies they produced.
Oh yeah, because Bill Madison, Happy Gilmore, they just mashed it all up.
Yeah, Men in Black 1 and 2, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Nacho Libre, one of the funniest Jack Black movies ever. I really like this, and it's a wrestling comedy, and it's directed by Jared Hess, who directed Napoleon Dynamite. And I got Nicktoons Halloween. Oh, and guess what? When I open it, this one was signed by me because I was hoping. I remember bringing this Nicktoons Halloween copy to elementary school. When I was in elementary school, I was hoping that we would watch this. We would watch this. Me and my elementary social studies class. I was hoping that we would watch this during our Halloween party, but then we ended up watching a different movie. I don't know what else movies we were watching, but I think we ended up watching Wheel Steel, which is a Hugh Jackman family robot boxing film. That's what we ended up watching, I guess. Night School, Orange County. Orange County is also a very funny Jack Black comedy. It's also got Colin Hanks in there, which is, I'm assuming, is Tom Hanks' son, and it's a very funny comedy. Prometheus, Ratatouille. This one is a very good Pixar film. I won't say this is necessarily great, but it's a very good and decent Pixar film.
Oh, Ratatouille is a good movie in my opinion. It makes me hungry though.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, School of Rock, one of my favorite Jack Black comedies ever, and I used to watch this film a lot too. And I got this movie for my birthday too. Shanghai Noon. I don't think it's on Disney Plus, but it is a Touchstone feature. I don't think it's on Disney Plus because it's a PG-13 comedy. Shrek the Third. I have like 3 copies of this now because this one's Shrek the Third. This one's not one of my favorite Shrek movies. 1 and 2 are my favorites. This is not on Netflix. Yeah, this is not on Netflix. Shrek 1, 2, and 4 are on Netflix. So yeah. Sky High, The Croods, The Greatest Showman, The Mummy trilogy, and the remake. I got The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, all 3 of the movies, and then the remake with Tom Cruise. The Mummy remake. The Mummy remake actually started the. It had a pretty bad start with the Dark Universe, but I think it did made a comeback when The Invisible Man came out. But I don't know. Yeah. The Secret World of Arrietty, and then I got Treasure Planet. I got Treasure Planet.
That's a Miyazaki film.
Yeah. This one is a Disney film. Oh yeah. Again, THX certified.
THX, you strike again.
THX certified. And I think I saw a THX text skit of this, and I think this copy was pulled out to watch the movie, but then the THX logo came up, and It was very good. And that person who made the video kind of remind me of. I wonder if Drew Thomas would have made that skit and had this copy to just watch the movie, but the TJX logo came up. That person looks a little bit like Drew Thomas, but it kind of reminded me of one of Drew Thomas's THX videos. Weird Science, Zombieland, and then Zombieland Double Tap, and Zootopia finishes out this row. Zootopia is also one of my favorite modern day Disney animated films. And
that's a good one. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie.
Okay. Now we're on to our final row up there, and it's just a bunch of Blu-rays. So yeah.
Yes. And I do have some more of my DVDs right here that I'm going to show before the stream's out. So,
Yeah.
You finish off your row, and then, I'll finish off mine.
Yeah. Here we go. First one up here in the Blu-rays is Action Point. Action Point, if you don't know what this movie is, Action Point is based on a very dangerous theme park that closed down in the late 80s because of a lot of injuries for some guests and a couple deaths of guests. It stars Johnny Knoxville and Chris Pontius from Jackass. He still does his like Jackass-styled stunts in this movie, and Johnny Knoxville plays the owner of the park, and it's also a very funny comedy too. It's a very raunchy comedy. Then we got Anchorman, one of my favorite Will Ferrell performances ever, and I put this on a couple months ago, and I was laughing so hard at this. Like, Anchorman. We're a very funny film. Check it out. I have 2 copies of this. This is the unrated version. I have the rich mahogany copy in the back. And Aquaman, Back to the Future. Ooh, Back to the Future. This is a very perfectly made 80s movie. And it's also got all 3 films, too. So you can pull this out. It's got all 3 of the films. It's got 1, 2, 3. Look at that.
Oh! I like the third one because of the train chase in it.
Train chase?
There's, a scene where, the train, pushes the DeLorean and tries to get back to the, present. And while the train, catches fire, it blows colorful smoke, and then, eventually just crashed off a bridge.
Okay. And then I got the Bill and Ted trilogy. It's got Excellent Adventure, Bogus Journey, and Face the Music. I watched these a couple months ago, and I like the first and second one. This first one is my favorite. The second one I thought it was pretty good, and Face the Music I thought it was pretty good too. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. Keanu Reeves busy with John Wick 4, and Alex Winter doesn't pretty much act anymore, but he mostly directs now. Black Widow. This look at this cool Blu-ray. This one should have been like a red ray. That's what should have called.
Blasphemy.
Like make Blu-rays into different like colored cases besides blue. They should have called this a red ray because
that just pisses me off. Like honestly, that's blasphemy. They made a Blu-ray red. Blasphemy.
Cobra, Coming to America, Days of Thunder, Die Hard. Speaking of Die Hard, like Drew said earlier in this Easy Railcast, Die Hard, yes, I would count the first 2 action-packed Christmas movies. The first 2 are action-packed Christmas ones. It's got Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Harder, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Live Free or Die Hard, which is rated PG-13, obviously. But then you also get the unrated version, which is cooler. And then you got A Good Day to Die Hard. Oh, and guess what? Fun fact, there was going to be a 6th Die Hard film with Bruce Willis returning, but he is retired from acting because of, I don't know. And Jim Carrey's also retired from acting, so Sonic 2 is his last performance.
Oh, yeah.
They were going to make a 6th Die Hard film, but that project got canceled because Disney bought Fox.
Okay, I just almost spoiled the Sonic movie, but I stopped myself. We don't want to spoil
it. Don't spoil it. For people who haven't seen it yet. Free Guy. Free Guy is a very funny film I saw in theaters. It stars Ryan Reynolds. This was also a movie I got for Christmas. And, it's directed by Sean Levy, who is set to direct Deadpool 3, and Deadpool 3 has also been written by the writers from Bob's Burgers. As you all know, I love Bob's Burgers, which is down right there.
Oh yeah, the movie is coming out this month.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, Hocus Pocus. I'm going to rewatch this later this year because they're making a sequel to it, and those three witches are coming back.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Interview with
Every Halloween we watch Hocus Pocus.
Oh, cool. Interview with the Vampire Chronicles with Tom Cruise. Jack Reacher. Speaking of Tom Cruise, I got Jack Reacher, and I'll talk about some fun facts too. So Jack Reacher, this was marketed as an action movie, but there's a lot of mystery. It's a mystery movie, and yeah, it's there's also an Amazon Prime reboot series with a taller and much muscular actor playing Jack Reacher. I haven't seen that yet, but I am just throwing it out there. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Night and Day, Legend of the Guardians, Lone Survivor, Mary Poppins Returns. This is a movie. This one's a sequel to the original Mary Poppins, to the Julie Andrews Mary Poppins, I should say. And it's got Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins, and it's directed by Rob Marshall. And it's a very good Disney sequel of good, yeah, just a good sequel. Megamind. Ooh. Megamind. I think it's one of my favorite. How to Train Your Dragon's one of my favorite modern day DreamWorks movies. Megamind's my second favorite. So yeah. And I got the Mission Impossible 5-film collection. This is the movie I got for my birthday. This one only had 5 films and didn't have Fallout, so I had to get Fallout with it. And this is also one of the things where I'm sure in the next couple of years they're probably going to come out with another collection with Fallout and Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2. Mission Impossible 7 and 8 are in the works, and they have titles now. They're called Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2. Now You See Me, Oblivion, Onward. One of my favorite movies, one of my favorite Pixar movies from the past 2 years. This came out during the beginning of the pandemic, and it was put on Disney Plus earlier, and theaters were closing at the time. So yeah, Paul. Paul is a very funny comedy that has Seth Rogen plays this alien named Paul, and it stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost from the Cornetto trilogy. They did Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At the World's End, and Puss in Boots. Yes, I think I would definitely count this as a Shrek film. It's a prequel to Shrek, and they're making a sequel to Puss in Boots called Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which comes out in December. And yeah, looking forward to checking that out. Rock of Ages. I have the live-action Scooby-Doo film on Blu-ray as well. Shooter, and then I got Sonic the Hedgehog. I still haven't seen Sonic 2 yet, so don't spoil it. When this Blu-ray, this is a copy that my mom got me the day I got my wisdom teeth taken out. I'm sure in the next couple of years for me, I'm probably going to get those taken out again. So yeah, when this Blu-ray came out, it came with a comic book called The Adventures of Sonic and Donut Lord. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot Donut Lord. Fun fact, Donut Lord also played as Fred O'Hare from Hop.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Tangled 3D. Yeah, I got the Blu-ray 3D. I don't have the Blu-ray 3D, but I got Tangled in 3D, and look at this. When you walk by it, it's just so 3D. Whoa.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah. The Addams Family. The Expendables 1, 2, and 3. Yep, I got the Expendables trilogy. I have 1 and 2 in the back of the Blu-rays. 1, 2, and 3. And then the 1 and 2 are rated R, but the third one's rated PG-13. You also will get the unrated version too with a little bit more blood in there. The Happy Time Murders. If you haven't seen this, it's like Sesame Street, but this tagline says "No Sesame, No Street." It's a comedy. It's an action crime comedy starring Melissa McCarthy, and it's
that
very
film almost got a lawsuit from. Yeah, that film almost got a lawsuit from Sesame Workshop.
Oh, and it's directed by Jim Henson's son Brian Henson, and yeah, The Lion King 2019. I can't believe that's in my collection. The Matrix trilogy. Yeah, I still haven't seen Resurrections yet, and yeah, like I said with the Expendables trilogy, the first two are rated R, and the third one's PG-13. But unfortunately for this one, you don't really get the unrated version, but that's okay. And then I got the Neverending Story on Blu-ray. I have like multiple copies of the same movie. I have the first three are on DVD. This one is the fourth copy, but this one's on Blu-ray. Blu-ray's better than DVD. Hell yeah. I got the Suicide Squad. This one was written the Suicide Squad written and directed by James Gunn. I got the Terminator 6 film collection right there, and it looks like this one has the Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, Terminator Salvation, Terminator Dark Genesis, and Terminator Dark Fate. This was the movie I got for Christmas. Yeah. Top Gun. Ooh. I'm definitely looking forward to Top Gun Maverick, which comes out next month. It comes out next month, and it also comes out the same day as the Bob's Burgers movie. Yeah, like I said, when I pulled out one of the Bob's Burgers DVDs last week, I did say they're making a movie out of it, and yeah, they both come out on the same day next month, May 27th, Memorial Day weekend. Toy Story 4 is a movie I got for Christmas. This one was also one of my most anticipated Pixar movies ever. And yeah, I remember going to see a fan event opening of this movie, and a couple kids over there when we saw it, a couple of kids over there were dressed up, and I was all dressed up in a white t-shirt, white shirt, and a gold tie. And then I got Zack Snyder's
so you did like the premiere
on 4K, but my TV's not really good for 4K, but this does have Blu-ray as well. And this was the movie. This was one of the first movies I saw when I first got HBO Max. And yeah, there you go. Now that is it for me. I guess we'll extend this easy Railcast.
Anyway, so now onto my
DVD collection.
Yeah, so onto my collection. So first up, we have the rest of the cases before we go to the discs. So we have The Incredibles right over here, and yes, it is just happens to be.
I think I have that too.
Certified. I guess. Anyway, so the next DVD after that, we have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Once again,
bring it closer.
I like these
is that the Tom and Jerry one?
Also.
Is that the Tom and Jerry one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Yeah. It's the Tom
and Jerry.
They need
to make a Tom and Jerry Polar Express. Make it. And here's some that Wyatt happens to know about. Jingle All the Way, still mint in its case, never been opened.
Very cool. So it's not opened. Okay.
Up next we have
Robots. Wow. Robots. Ooh, that's the Valentine's copy.
That's the Valentine's copy in which, here's the
Nope.
Jonah,
nope, it's not movie. Robots. You tricked me right there. It's Jonah, VeggieTales movie.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting that at all. Like, I'm being brutally honest. Oh, wait. The disc is somewhere on this stack of discs I'm doing. But anyway, back to the DVDs. We have Disney Pixar's Cars. I have the widescreen edition with the new film reel bumpers. And yes, it is
the full screen edition.
Certified.
Yeah.
Yeah, which has the original film reel bumpers. Last but not least of the cases, we have VeggieTales, the best Christmas gift, although the case is gone. Well, I just have the sleeve. But this is pretty much the return of VeggieTales, and they did a great job with this episode. Now onto the discs. So I have a whole stack of discs here. So let me just pull one off. Okay. our first one is the full screen edition of The Incredibles, which I have the case for that. So we're just going to play a little game where, but wait a second, this is the widescreen. This is the full screen, but this is the widescreen. So, however this full screen edition doesn't work. It's damaged. Back to the case, we have Sesame Street Kids' favorite songs, because, why not? I like Sesame Street. And we have Little Einsteins, Our Big, Huge Adventure, one of my childhood shows. And we have Flushed Away, great film, love it. Then we have VeggieTales Sing-Alongs Do the Mushu, which is the song from, the Ultimate Sailor Song Countdown, and then some sort of a Mill Creek Direct Heroes Collection DVD, but don't really give a flying fuck about that. We have Shark Tale, good movie. It's a guilty pleasure, in my opinion. I just like the music of the film. The music of the film's great. And we have the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, on a Blu-ray disc. And then we have Thomas's Milkshake Muddle on a DVD, which I'm going to set this off to the side because I have the case of that. And we have VeggieTales, Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed, which came from the All the Shows volume collection. I have to put that in the, discarded from case aisle. And here's a Goofy movie on, the disc. I have the case, but, I have to put it back in the case. And then up next we have Lionelville. Going to have to put that back in its case. Then we have Thomas and his friends help out. I don't know if I have the case or not, but I'm just going to put it on the, put it back on the Rex aisle. And then we have Thomas' Friends Tales from the Tracks disc. I have the case for that, so I'm going to put that over here. And Tom's Friends Hero of the Rails. I happen to have the case somewhere nearby, and where is it? I put it somewhere by. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in its case. So while I do that, I'm just going to talk about it. It's a good movie, and it's the first ever CGI episode. And we have Tom's and Friends Journey Beyond Sodor. Lost the case for that. Putting it right here. Journey Beyond Sodor is a good movie, and it's a musical. And up next we have Enterprising's favorite, Enterprise 701, that is, Calling All Engines, which I have the case for that. Going to put it up right here. We have VeggieTales and Easter Carol from the All the Shows Volume 2 collection, which I do have that, but, I don't have it with me right now. And then up next, we have a burnt copy of Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, which was burnt on a DVD. And we have another Jonah copy. This time, this is the one that has the average menu, not the 2-disc menu with all the options and stuff. And we have the Blu-ray of Thomas the Magic Railroad, which I've got to put back in its case. And then VeggieTales The Snoodle's Tale, which, I also have this on the volume 2 of all the shows. The Snoodle's Tale is a good episode, by the way. Then we have the Franklin Triple Feature, which has 3 different DVDs, and, it's just a compilation of episodes. And then we have my childhood DVD, and I still have it to this day, Thomas and Friends, Songs from the Station. Yeah, brace yourself. I got a lot more DVDs. And we have the screener copy of VeggieTales, Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Samson's Hairbrush. And, we have, Hudson. This is one you're going to like. Lots and Lots of Trains, Volume 3, Roaring Down the Rails. One of my childhood programs. And we have a Barbie film, Barbie Fairytopia, which, don't judge me. I like the Barbie films a little bit. We have a burnt copy of Monster vs. Aliens. This was given by some friend of mine that was still in Jefferson City. We also have a burnt copy of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, also a burnt copy. And then Labyrinth, also burnt. And, Are We Done Yet? Also burned and recorded in the theater. Barbie Magic of Pegasus, which, yes, Barbie film. And here's we're going to put it right back where it came from, or So Help Me. The disc for Jonah. Put that thing back where it came from, or So Help Me. So help me, and cut Ice Age right over here, THX certified, and it's a good film, obviously. And we have next here, Baby Einstein, Baby Mozart, the Discovery Kit edition, and the Polar Express I found on the DVD, so we're gonna put it back in the case aisle. Baby Einstein, Baby Monet, it's a little bit damaged, but it still kind of works. Disney Have a Laugh Volume 2, and The Very Hungry Caterpillar and Other Storage, which has the film reel bumpers on it. And the disc 1 of Peter Pan. Hardly works, but it works at least. Then we have disc 1 of Toy Story. This is the 10th anniversary edition with the THX Moocan logo. And then we have the Talking Words Factory from, the Leapfrog Tad's Learning Adventures. Then we have a really scratched DVD of New Friends with Thomas and Financialist, an early Thomas narrator, back when he was alive, narrated the episodes on the DVD. He was the British narrator, but, he replaced Michael Brannon and, Alec Baldwin. And finally, last but not least, on my DVD stack, we have the recording of my, amazing play debut and the Great Christmas Giveaway filmed at, my local church. And while I was in that play, and that summed up my DVD collection. I mean, I have a lot of other ones, but they're just burnt discs. A couple of them are DVDs, but, yeah, that's our Railcast, and it's gone way past the 30-minute mark. Yep. So,
one more thing I'll point out is I forgot to point out. I do have the Clint Eastwood 40 film collection. It's got 40 films, which is really like a lot of movies. So yeah, he's directed a lot of. He's been in and directed a lot of movies. Like right here, he's got a whole blockbuster at his thing right here. He's got the Dirty Harry movies, and yeah, it's very cool. And he's done some movies that he didn't direct, but he's just acted in and directed a lot of movies. He did Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can, which is a sequel to it. And yeah. The thing about Clint Eastwood movies is that everyone has done a movie with him. And Mystic River is one of my favorites from, if you can't see it. Mystic River is one of my favorites. Invictus, very good. Forgiven is very awesome. Gran Torino is very good. And Hereafter is pretty decent. J. Edgar, Trouble with the Curve, and then 2 documentaries. And then that's it. Yeah.
Okay. That wraps up our DVD collections. I mean, I still have a couple that I forgot to show, but I do have Shrek 2, and well, it's a good movie, but, currently don't know where it is. But this is one of those, screw it, and let's just get the hell out of here moments. So, So let's wrap this up. Let's derail this Railcast before, the go see me. In which next weekend's Railcast, we're going to be talking about our local railroads. So, gotta research your railroads in Utah, and we're also gonna have a very special guest on that stream, Mr. Thomas Tales of TTP, which he may be 11 years old, but hey, he's never too old to be an easy railroader. And besides, Sir Thomas and friends made for the family, so yeah, not just the kids, not just the adults, but for the whole family.
Okay, I think we shall wrap this or derail this Easy Railcast, and yes, guys, thank you for watching this Easy Railcast, very long Easy Railcast. And yeah, this has been me, Wyatt Glover, and Drew Thomas, derailing the Easy Railcast, saying goodbye and keep collecting Blu-rays and DVDs.
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Fuck yeah, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Goodbye, everybody.